Hello, my friends. So today we are going to do a project and make a headband just like we made our apple headband, but we're going to make a bee headband because we've been learning about the letter B and the sound that it makes. B. Bee is not just a letter, but it's also an insect. And so we are going to make a headband. Remember, I think I told you that I wanted you to make sure that you colored the things that we made our headbands into with the colors that you would see these things in real life. So what you're gonna need today are 2 crayons, the black and yellow, and then a pair of scissors to cut it out, a glue stick to glue it on your headband, and you're gonna need a pencil to write your B's on your headband and your name. Okay, you're also gonna need the paper sentence strip to write your name and your letters on. So I'm gonna set that aside for just a second. I'm going to move my scissors out of the way and just start coloring. So I want to do every other, so I think maybe what I'll do is just the yellow ones. So every other stripe on the bee, I'm going to color yellow, and then I'll do the coloring with my black crayon. Try and be quick about it. And then I guess I could use a different color for its face, but I think that they're pretty much all black. So I think black and yellow. So I'll color his face, or her face. I guess I don't know whether this bee is a boy or a girl, but we could say its face. Okay, and now I'm going to start coloring with my black. I like to sometimes just go around the outside, and then it's easier for me to color the inside. If you just take your crayon and go around the outside, then you don't have as much to color. That's just one strategy, I don't know. I've been coloring for a long time though, so if you are still kind of struggling to make it stay in the color, stay inside the lines, just know that the more you practice, the better you'll get. We just do our best. But doing our best means we're really trying hard to control the crayon. So then I'm gonna color around. See how I'm holding my paper so it doesn't wiggle. And these are its antennae. Okay, I'm almost done here. And then I'm going to use my scissors. And I want to remind you about using scissors that the most important thing is that we are always safe with them, okay? If we feel, and these wings, I think I'm gonna do just really light black. I'm barely pushing on the crayon because that's kind of what color they are, maybe a little bit grayish. And I'll do the other one, but back to scissors. Oops, I went outside the line a little bit, that's okay. So I'm gonna try to cut it. We always want the scissors to be pointed away from us, and if we're walking, you always want to hold on to them and have them pointing down towards the ground. You never walk with them sticking straight out. Okay, so now remember, we put our thumb in the hole that is round, and then these 2 fingers into the bottom hole. And then we always have our thumb up and our arm against our body, and we open big, close slow. Now I know that a lot the last few years my students have really had a hard time. Do you notice how I'm turning my paper with my other hand. Well, maybe not. Maybe I wasn't getting close enough to my camera. Cutting off the stinger, because it is really kind of tricky. So do you see how I turn the paper, and I'm careful not to put my hand too close to the scissors, but then I just turn the scissors, or turn the paper, sorry, and then I'm able to just cut. I think that some students had trouble cutting out the stinger and the antennas. So just turn your paper and just go slow and try and be careful. It's okay if there's a little bit of white on it. Just try and stay as close to the line as you can get, and then just turn the paper. Turn the paper with your other hand that you're not cutting with. And remember, can you tell how slow I'm going? Open big, and then I push my scissors forward. And then see how I'm just turning the paper. It's a little bit hard to keep it where you can see and still be safe. So there we go. I made it around the antenna without cutting them off. Then I go back to its head and turn, push in, cut, push in, open big, and then I again turn the paper. Do you see how I did that? Cut, turn the paper. I leave my scissors open and I just turn the paper. Then I can cut a little bit to stay on the line. It's just a matter of learning how to turn the paper, and the only way that you learn how to do that is by practicing. Because everybody is good at cutting, they just need to practice a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going super slow around the stinger, and there's gonna be a little bit of white left, and that's okay. There's my bee. Now, my next step is I throw away my garbage, or I put it in the recycle bin, and then I get out my sentence strip. Do you remember doing this with our apple headband? So first, I'm going to write my name, and I'm going to use an uppercase letter. Remember, always on the first letter of your name. And so it fills all the way from the headline to the foot line, and then the second letter in my name is a lowercase, so I only fill up between the belt line and the foot line, and then I leave a finger space in between my first name and my last name. That's not really my first name, it's just a title, O-L-S. This L is one of the lowercase letters. There's not very many, but that goes above the belt line. All the rest of those lowercase letters stayed below the belt line. Do you see that? My S fills up that whole space though between the belt line and the foot line. All the rest of the letters, S-E-N, Miss Olson. All right, now I'm going to make my bees. And the way that we make our bees is we start, where do we start our letters? At the top, top, top. So you're going to draw a straight line down all the way from the headline to the foot line. You're going to pick up, start right up here at the headline and curve out and around, come back to the line right about the belt line. And then you're gonna go out that same way and do the bottom part of your uppercase B. Then for your lowercase b, you start at the same place, straight line down, and then you go tick, tick, tick up to the belt line and curve out and back around. So the bottom part of the B is filling the belt line to the foot line. So then I leave a finger space. I do an uppercase and then a lowercase b, tick, 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 curve out and around, back to the straight line down, curve out and back to the straight line down, do it again, and then straight line down, tick, 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 curve out. Okay, I think that's good. And then the next step, do you remember, is to put a little bit of glue on the back of our bee. It's okay if we cover up some of, so do you notice that I didn't roll out very much of the glue stick, and I closed it all the way before I put the lid on? That's important. And then you listen for the snap. You hear that snap? You want to make sure that the lid gets on good, otherwise the glue stick dries out. We don't want a dried out glue stick, because dried out glue sticks don't work to glue things. Okay, and then I'm going to take it and measure my head so that it fits my head just right. And then I take it off and I put some glue right where I need to glue my headband together. If you're here and we're making headbands, we're going to use a stapler, and I will help you. Or we might be just get good at doing it this way. These are all things change. Okay, so then, oh, I just put the other piece on top, and then I just rub it so that the glue sticks. And then, do you see that? I'll turn it around, and then I'm going to take my phone and show you. Oops, I guess I would do it this way. Or maybe just turn it upside down, I'm not sure. I'll do it both ways. Sorry if that makes you motion sick. So there's our bee headband. Bee,